I started my credit card journey really, really slow, but I feel that if we start our credit card journey early enough, we can benefit from the many schemes that credit card companies usually give. So, credit cards, in my opinion, should be picked based upon our expense categories. If we are able to divide our expenses into monthly fixed expenses and then discretionary expenses that occur occasionally every month, we'll probably be able to pick the right credit card for us. So, my fixed expense categories are usually EMI, rent, groceries, travel, and utilities. EMI and rent are the bigger portions of my fixed expense, whereas groceries, travel, and utility are smaller bits. Now, if I were to pick a credit card, I would definitely pick something that is able to support the bigger portions of my monthly expenditure. However, you will notice that not many credit cards support EMI or rent payments through credit cards, although that is a big portion of my monthly expenditure. I will not be able to divert these expenses to credit cards, and hence I'll have to pick definitely from the other categories that I have. So that leaves me with groceries, travel, and utilities in my monthly expenses. For groceries, we have these credit cards that support online grocery payments, brick and mortar store partnerships, and stuff like that. For travel, we usually have credit cards that help support fuel loads, tie ups with petrol pumps, and stuff like that. For utilities, I do not think as of now we have a lot of credit cards supporting utilities. So, in my fixed expense category, I'm actually left with only a few options to choose from. Now, coming to discretionary, although this is not a regular monthly feature in my expenses, when I have it, I do have a lot of travel expenses because I'm on a vacation or I'm doing a lot of shopping for a special occasion or stuff like that. Entertainment is probably a bit consistent in my monthly expenses, but that is a very small portion of my overall expenditure. Now, healthcare is something that we all have for planned and for exigency reasons, but then I do not think a lot of credit cards actually support healthcare payments through the credit card scheme. So, essentially, if I look at my monthly expenditure, I am left with travel, which is basically airline credit cards that give me air miles that probably have tie up with IRCTC, the train company in India, or they give me a better reward rate for converting my reward points into air miles or train, ticket booking. Now, so if I look at my monthly situation, I have groceries, I have travel, I have local conveyance, and then I have entertainment and shopping. So the way I think we should focus on credit cards at this point in time should probably be some lifestyle card that I should pick up, which probably gives me some travel benefits as well, that is, which probably also gives me some airline miles and stuff like that. Now, my idea would be when I pick a credit card, I should, for each rupee that I spend on my regular expenses, I should be able to get the maximum points, reward points out of the credit card, and then I also want to maximize the returns I get out of these reward points. So, if I say that I have spent 100 rupees, I want to get a credit card that gives me the maximum benefit of those 100 rupees, and then those 100 5 or 10 reward points that I get should also be able to give me the maximum return out of it. Over and above that, I would also pick a credit card that gives me additional benefits like exclusive offers, extra discounts in certain categories, free memberships of certain things that I would have otherwise purchased, and vouchers or free vouchers or promotional vouchers that the credit card company has a tie up with. And these extra benefits are not a deal breaker. I'm definitely not looking at these extra benefits as the first point of choosing a credit card. My first aim would always be to maximize my reward points, which I've depicted in green here. And then these are all additional add-ons that are good to have. They're not deal breakers, but I will definitely not pick a card that solely gives me this extra offers. Now, if I talk about reward points, I would definitely, like I mentioned, pick a credit card that gives me the maximum reward points for my spend categories, and that also has great redemption offers for the reward points that I've accumulated. So I need good reward points and I need good redemption options. Now, a lot of times what happens is when for the first time if we pick a credit card, we feel that this is extra money, and we are very scared of managing this on a monthly basis. A lot of times we either go with whatever we get free or whatever has little liability for us. So my first point for credit cards was that I will never ever consider a credit card as extra money or free money. If I have a monthly income of 50,000 rupees, I will definitely think that this credit card is only another medium to spend this 50,000 rupees that I already earn. This is not 50,000 rupees plus that extra credit limit that the bank is giving me. And therefore, my aim will always be to not increase consumption just because I feel that I have this extra credit in my hand. And that's the biggest area where we lose control, and we feel that this month I have this extra expense that I'll probably adjust in my next month, and that usually takes us down a loop in which we are again never able to come out of it. So always I ensure that I'm diligent and I do not increase consumption just because I can, and therefore that makes it easier for me to not delay payment, because I have already made a provision for this expense from my monthly income, and therefore whenever I get a bill, I make the payment immediately. Because a lot of credit card companies do advertise that you're getting this card for free, but then you realize that it is not really free. We're putting our credit score, we're putting our reputation at stake to get this credit card, and hence I do not think it makes any sense for us to spoil our credit score just because we wanted some extra money in a particular month. And the last thing that I realize I always do not do well is using the credit points smartly or judiciously. Initially, whenever I used to get credit points, I would just blow it off on whatever free voucher I found, whatever interesting thing I found, and a lot of times it so happened that I got the voucher and I actually ended up not using it. And therefore I am doing a lot of research on how I can maximize the benefit of these reward points that I accumulate, because it requires a lot of discipline to accumulate reward points by swiping your credit card each and every time you're doing an expense. And therefore realize that the best way to utilize these reward points is to ensure that you're able to reduce a bit of your expenses through these reward points. So if I have for example 2 stacks of pink coins that represent my regular expense, I should be able to replace 2 of those coins with my green coins, which is my reward points, and that would actually lead to some real savings for me. And with those real savings, I will probably able to upgrade my lifestyle, or probably able to increase my savings and make the best out of having a credit card. So I feel that the best way to make the best of a credit card is to be able to replace some of your regular expenditure with the reward points that you get from the credit card. And then once you fall into that loop, it becomes really easy for you to gain benefits continuously. This is probably what I would have liked to do.